everyone. This is Fisherman's Village Broadcast Happy Hour, and we are here at the Shack Arts Center in downtown Everett. This is sponsored by Tito, Vodka, and Elysian Brewing, and I am with the one and only, wonderful Lady A. Hello.
Hello,
Lady
how you
A.
doing, Eva?
I'm doing good. It's so nice to meet you.
Thank you. It's
Finally.
nice to meet you too. Even though I looked you up.
I
I saw you on TV one night.
know. I was like,
looked
Lady
you
A
up.
looked me up. Wow.
Yeah, you're really good.
Thank you.
So it's nice to meet you in person.
Ditto. So you've been playing in Seattle for 20 plus years, which is
Yes.
an amazing career. And I saw that you've been compared to Tina Turner and Shaka Khan. I love Shaka Khan.
Yeah.
And would you say those are direct influences?
No, as a matter of fact, they're not. They're not direct influences. I think that came from the fact that I used to do a lot of Tina Turner when I first started out. And Shaka Khan just comes from the hair. So, no, they're not direct influences. My influences mostly are like Denise LaSalle, Mahalia Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up with Millie Jackson, and I love Betty LaVette is my influence nowadays. But old school Johnny Taylor, I'm an old school kind of girl. A lot of gospel,
Nice.
Shirley Caesar and that kind of thing. So you hear those influences in my music.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
amazing. And one of the things that I read that I really appreciated, I was born in Seattle. My family's from New Orleans. I like the gumbo references I kept running into.
That's because my people are from Louisiana,
Okay,
girl.
I was gonna ask, that was my next question. Are there some Southern roots? That's my
Yes.
next question.
Yes.
Please go into that.
Well, my grandmother, my great grandmother, I had the fortune to be able to live with my great grandmother for 6
Wow.
months before she passed away. And so those influences come from Alexandria, Louisiana. And we love gumbo. And I make the best gumbo in Seattle. I will just say that.
Really?
Well, my first CD came out because I used to be so busy, and I'd always want to get the band together, just with their families and that kind of thing. And so once a year I would make a gumbo and invite friends and the band and their families, and we'd go to one of the band members' houses because I had a tiny apartment. So we'd go to one of the band members' houses, and I'd make this huge pot of gumbo all the time. One was really spicy, straight for Southern folks, and the other one was mediocre for you folks who can't really stand the heat. So then from there came my song, Good Music, Good Gumbo.
Yes.
And all my good friends.
So I have to ask, my grandma mainly made seafood gumbo.
Of course.
I have to ask, what does Lady A put in her gumbo?
So I put everything in the gumbo, depending on who's going to be there, but seafood definitely. And I will make just a chicken gumbo for those that can't eat seafood. But I will I'll put neck bones in it, chicken, corn on the cob's got to be in there. I want mussels. I want all the seafood.
Wow.
I want all the seafood.
Wow.
Hot links to give it that spice. Andouille sausage. I put sausage. So a lot of things going. And the okra's on the side for those of us that love okra. That's for us, on the side, because you don't want your gumbo to get slimy.
I remember the first time I had okra, because being born here, of course, all I know is the Northwest, but I grew up with Southern cuisine.
Right.
And I remember the first time I had okra, and I was like, oh, this is weird.
Different.
Yeah. I was like, I like it, but it's weird.
Yeah, I wouldn't eat it when I was younger. My grandmother used to always have it. We'd have catfish and she'd have okra. I didn't eat it. As I got older, I think I really started turning the corner about 40 or something. And but I love fried okra. Yeah, I could eat fried okra every day.
My grandma never
as
made
you can
it fried.
tell. But I could eat fried okra every day.
Oh man, we could talk about food for like 12 hours.
I know, we
won't
can sit
do
here and
that.
talk about
But kind of segueing with the gumbo thing. So tell us about the 2 radio shows that you host.
Oh, okay. So I host for Northwest Convergence, which is NWCZ online radio. Every Saturday, Black and Blues, the B-side. And that's, I play blues, soul, Southern soul, Zydeco.
Nice.
I feature a lot of women. I have Soul Sister Saturdays once a month where I play nothing but women, because I feel like women in the music industry do not always get as big an opportunity as the men do, especially in blues. And so I know so many women from across different genres. I've met some incredible women out of Canada and even in Europe that I play on my station that you would normally not hear. So Black and Blues, the B-side comes on Saturdays from 3 to 5. You can always catch it early and click the link on my Black and Blues Facebook page, and you can listen to it anytime you want to. And then on Sunday mornings, I host Gumbo and Gospel.
Gumbo and Gospel.
which airs
I've never heard a better combination.
That's right, because it's hot. I'm serving, Gumbo and Gospel comes from, I was just thinking about it, trying to think of a name. And of course, it's always about food, because food and music, who can be mad at food? Who can be mad at music? You never heard of anybody being upset at a concert. Well, once. But I'm not going to talk about that today, but once. But it came from the fact that I'm serving up a plate of inspiration, serving up a bowl of encouragement, sprinkled with love. And that's what I hope people get from it, because there's a message in the music if you really listen to it. And gospel is my roots. So I'm always going to, the influence is always going to be there no matter what I'm doing.
Yeah. And how did you, and gospel being such a big part of you, how did you develop the voice that you have? It's incredible.
Thank you.
I like that.
I smoked for 20 years now. My brother will be mad at me, but I've always had a deep voice. I've always had this tenor voice. I don't sing like most singers, and I was a choir director for years. So my back was always to the audience, and I had this ear to be able to teach parts. So how my voice has developed, it was much higher when I was younger, but still it was low. But now I think that I've really grown into my own voice and how I sound and how I like to sound. I mentor and vocal coach for the Rhapsody Music Project here in Seattle. So I try to teach my girls that are the students that are there that be your own person. Yeah, it's good to go and learn the music of somebody else and sing like them. But once you've learned that, then you need to make that song your own.
Absolutely.
If you're gonna, and now especially for women in music that are coming up, yeah, it's all right to do cover songs, but if you can write, or if you get together with a writer, my producer, John Oliver III, he's been writing for me for years. And when we started out, we were just talking about this today, that he's the one who started out, writing music for me. And he pushed me to write my own songs. I was like, I can't write no songs, but I did. I ended up writing from my heart what it was, but I really didn't have my voice back then. I followed his lead. And as the years progressed and I watched and I learned and I became more confident, then I have found my voice and what I want to do and what I want to hear when I'm on stage.
And that's nice, because sometimes a lot of people just need that initial push, because of course you have a story. You have a whole life, right? And nobody else has, right?
Right.
An individual life. And so of course you have a story, but sometimes you just need that person to be like,
right. And John Oliver III, my brother, my Seattle producer, my best friend, my pain in the butt, but I love him. Yeah, hands up for him. He has pushed me since day one. Pushed me, to go solo, because it was Lady A and the Baby Blues Funk Band for many, many years. And I'd go sing in other bands, and I'd go sing, people would ask me to come and I'd go sing, but I always had this crutch. My band was my crutch, because I had the same band for almost 17 years. The same band, the same people. So we knew each other. We were family. But in 2008, he really started pushing me, but we really didn't get out there till 2009, when it was like, okay, you need to be a solo. I'm tired of telling you, you need to do it. And he did. He pushed me. And everybody needs that one person that really believes in them. Stop hanging out with folks who don't believe in you, because they don't do anything but hold you back. Get you some friends who dream the dreams like you do. I always want to encourage people and inspire people to do better and to be themselves. Be yourself, but be kind.
Wow, I love that answer. It's so, that's kind of underestimated. Can we talk? Be kind.
Yeah, just be
Yeah,
kind.
that's so important for I think a lot of us to remember because sometimes ego can kind of take over, and that's.
Yeah,
I mean,
think in the
confidence
music
is
industry,
important, but then there becomes the line you cross where it's not.
Well, I think that comes from, if you're already not a nice person, you're just always going to be not a nice person.
That's true.
People can change, though.
Yeah.
You would hope that they do. But I think that the people that you surround yourself with are the people who will push you, encourage you, pray for you, and be there for you when you need support. This business is not easy and it's not always fun. It's hard if you're a woman who is managing the band, booking the bands, doing everything as an independent artist. I'm sure you know how that is. You're an independent artist. Unless you have this big label, which labels aren't all they're cracked up to be anymore anyway.
I know.
They're not.
Oh, yeah.
I've been doing this for a long time and I've been doing quite well. And I love what I do and I've grown into what I do. So I appreciate everything that I went through to get where I am today. It wasn't always easy, but you need to be kind and remember that you are your own talent. Like I said, my brother always encourages me. But it took me a while to get that confidence of, I don't have to sing like so-and-so. I don't have to sound like somebody else. I need my own sound. I need to be unique in what I do and then enjoy what I do so that it will shine through when you get on stage. Because people can tell when you fake. I will turn your music off if I don't hear. If I hear life, I'm like, you don't even believe it. You don't even believe what you're singing. If I'm watching you on stage, it's very easy to, pretend when somebody's just listening to you on a CD or on an album. But when I see you perform live, I want to know you believe what you're singing. And that's what I try to convey.
Talking to you right now, it feels less like an interview and it feels more like I'm just being mentored right now. It's just like, okay.
Oh, bless you.
Yeah. Totally.
Well, I wish I had somebody like that when I was coming up. What I had was more friends. Like I said, John and there's some great singers. Josephine Howell here in Seattle.
I love
she's amazing.
Howell.
She's a really good, she's like my sister. Sonia Faywoo's signature collection, who designs my clothes for stage. We are friends. These are people that it's not that just we share the entrepreneurship or of what we do individually, but we share the dream.
Yeah.
We share the dream. Some women that I've met in the years of singing, I wish I had somebody who mentored me, but I didn't have that. So I learned. But my job here on this earth is to serve other people. And that is to hopefully help somebody else come up, so that they don't have to hit the pitfalls that I hit.
Wow. So you were voted Best Blues Performer in 2020 by the Washington Blues Society. And the hardest working woman in blues. I just wrote blues, but it was like blues, funk, and gospel.
Yes, because it's all of that.
Yeah. So how do you feel about those honors? I mean, that's those titles.
The title, Hardest Working Woman in Blues, Soul, Funk, and Gospel, came from my producer and the Paragon when we used to play there, because we performed there for a million years now, it seems like it. And we just got to go back for the first time in 20 years, so it was really nice. But so that came from there because, every time I hit the stage at 120%.
Yeah.
They try to slow me down, and I've slowed down as I've gotten older a little bit. But I hit the stage at 120%, and I think that's where that comes from. I appreciate it. As far as the Performer of the Year award, I'm blessed and I'm very appreciative.
Awesome. That's all.
I'm very appreciative.
This is my favorite interview, I think, so far. So I really like your quote, be blessed and be a blessing. Can you elaborate more on that, what you mean by that? For folks? Again,
that comes from, from my Christian upbringing and the fact that I love the Lord and I feel blessed in everything that I do. I think that we are not here of ourselves. At one point, I was... Yeah, okay, do I want to tell all my business? No, I don't care. I used to drink and drug like everybody else back in the day. And at some point in your life, you come to a point where you say, why am I here? What am I here for? And that had come into my life that came into play at one time. I was had bouts of depression. So I want to tell people that if you need help, ask for help. If you don't want to ask for help, go get help. And that's what I did. And I did that in the form of prayer. And so I found that I'm not just here just to sing. I'm just not just a singer. I'm not here just to go to church and not really understand why I'm there. I'm here to serve. I'm here to help somebody else because somebody helped me. My brother helps me. People that have been in my path that have actually wanted to help me have helped me. So I believe that when you're blessed, which I am. I'm blessed. I wake up every day. I have a roof over my head. I got shoes on my feet, clothes on my back. I'm blessed.
Fabulous hair. Let's try that.
Thank you.
Let's add that.
But I'm blessed. So I should be able to bless somebody else. If everybody in this world would just reach out and help one person, we're all good.
Absolutely.
So it's be blessed and be a blessing. I'm not here just to gather all the money and have all the song, that's not what it's about. I need to be able to give something away.
Yes.
So be a blessing to somebody else.
And during all of 2020, how has been dealing with COVID? Have you done any virtual concerts? How's the streaming world, this virtual world, and not performing? Because you're such an engaging person. I feel like we're similar in we like the audience and having the crowd there. What has it been like to not really be able to do much of that?
Well,
lately?
It's a little weird, but one thing COVID has done is because I was never at home that much, between working a day job and gigging and touring and traveling, I use my house to sleep. Well, now I've been home. So I've really been I've really been enjoying my apartment, enjoying my home because I have a nice home. It's just that I was just there before. I didn't appreciate it as much. So I do appreciate it now. As far as music, I'm learning to put a studio in my house.
Nice.
So that I can record, as much as possible, especially my shows, my radio shows. But I've been using a Zoom a lot. I have a panel called The Truth is Loud, which comes from my new single. Well, the single came out in June. The Truth is Loud, which talks about immigration, racism, children, our immigration laws, that kind of thing, homelessness in the Seattle. And so I have these panels, and really it's for white allies in 2020 and beyond, for white people to learn how to be allies and what allyship actually looks like. Nowadays, especially now, it's not enough to just be anti-racist. Non-racist. You need to be anti-racist, period.
Absolutely.
And you need to speak up. Our voices are not being heard. So if you go to thetruthisloud.info, you will find information about, you'll see the two videos, the conferences that we had. We had one in June and we had another one in August. The next one is going to be in November, and it's for men, for white men and BIPOC men to talk. Because women tend to dominate conversations about race. This is for the men to actually talk and have a voice, talk about how they feel and how they can combat racism, and how Black men are feeling during this time, not only of COVID, but of racism. So if you go to thetruthisloud.info, you'll find that information, along with information on self-care in this time of COVID and racism. It'll help you out, teach you how to take care of yourself, because this is traumatizing for us right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And with that being said, my final question is just, how has this last year been? Whatever you want to share about this last year.
You know what?
I'm keeping that open.
Yeah, really. You know what? With everything that is going on and everything that has happened, I am blessed no matter what, because the simple fact that somebody else is always doing worse than me. So I can't complain. I could complain, but I'm going to explain. And that comes from my friend, Miss Margette. I love you, Miss Margette, if you get to see this. She lives down in Texas. And again, she's one of my seniors. I love my seniors and my youth people. I learn from them. And I am learning not to complain. I'm just going to explain to you. It's been up and down. It's been trying. It's been traumatizing. Some days are better than other days. But I am yet still here. God is still blessing me, and I'm not going anywhere, and I'm not giving up anything. I will fight to the end. So I'm blessed.
We gotta end it right there then, because I mean that was the finale. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You had good questions.
Thank you. And just one last time, can you let everyone know where they can hear both of your radio shows?
Oh yes.
Yeah. Check
so
that out.
you can listen to Lady A's Black and Blues, the B-side, on nwczradio.com, or go to my Lady A or my Lady A Black and Blues Facebook page. That's on Saturdays from 3 to 5 p.m. Or on Sunday, Gumbo and Gospel is on NWCZ Online Radio, nwczradio.com. And it's from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can also go to my website at LadyABabyBlues.com. Pick up your merch, your Lady H t-shirts, your CDs, and find out where we are live streaming next or doing our pop-up concerts. We do pop-up concerts.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for chatting with me. It's
Thank you, Eva. I'm going to be watching you. I'm going to be watching you.